Here are 11 crazy things in Dishonored 2. Spoilers ahead. Number 1. Stealth. In hard mode, the stealth in Dishonored 2 really takes the difficulty up a level compared to the original Dishonored. Guards in 2 can see you from 100 meters even if you are crouching in the shadows, and sometimes they can even see you when their view is obstructed. Even if you lean around the corner, they can spot you out of the corner of their eye. In the original Dishonored, even on hard mode, you can lean right in front of a guard and they won't see a thing. Number 2. Dr. Hypatia. When you first enter Dr. Alexandra Hypatia's apartment, you will immediately discover that she has a gigantic, unhappy painting of herself on the wall. She apparently likes to look at her own image. Further down the hall, you will see she has a silvergraph of herself with its own spotlight. But that's not all. Turn around and you will see a news clipping with a big picture of herself. That's 3 pictures of herself in her apartment, and we're not finished. When you reach Hypatia's office at Addermire, look what's right next to her desk, another copy of the Silvergraph, with her picture. But wait, there's more. When you find Hypatia's laboratory, look up to discover she has another gigantic painting of herself. That makes 5 images of herself in her apartment, office and laboratory, so she can look at herself in each one. Apparently, she has a touch of the same narcissism as Campbell from Dishonored 1. Number 3. Electroshock. In the Clockwork Soldier mission, the non-lethal method of taking out Jindosh is to knock him out and put him in his own electroshock machine. This will lobotomize him and he will remember very little. However, you can activate this machine even without Jindosh in the chair. Let's experiment and see if we can brainwash a different character who would still have dialogue later in the game. After Sokolov passes out, you can carry him all the way to the electroshock. It took a few tries to get his head to line up right. As much of an Easter egg as this would have been, it doesn't work. All his dialogue after that is still the same. The game is either programmed to work only on Jindosh, or remember in Dishonored 1, Sokolov said his willpower was legendary. That makes for a more scintillating explanation for his electroshock resistance. Number 4. Aramis Stilton. In the Grand Palace, the Duke has a silvergraph of himself standing next to Stilton. But look how short Stilton is. This can't possibly be to scale. If you compare Stilton and the Duke at eye level, you can see Stilton might be a couple inches shorter, but this silvergraph has to be early evidence of a photo manipulation. We also learn Stilton has the opposite personality as Dr. Hypatia. Remember, Dr. Hypatia likes to look at herself all day. In the Crack in the Slab mission, you can find a note that specifically says Stilton does not like to look at his own image. He even ordered a statue of himself to be placed facing the wall so he doesn't have to look at himself. Number 5. Fish parts. In the first mission, there is a particularly small fish slice you can pick up. Like any carried object, you can also throw it. What's especially crazy is if you throw it at this dignitary lady in the bar, she will gasp and drop her glass, but another one will spawn in her hand. You can keep doing this and the glasses will accumulate on the floor. The only bad part is she will be killed after several hits. Rest in peace, dignitary lady. Later in the game, you can pick up an unsightly fish head and even swim with it in water. But be careful because the game can glitch out and then you can't get rid of the fish head unless you reload. Finally, Clockwork Soldiers don't even notice when you hit them with the fish head. Number 6. Game over. When you're at the dreadful whale ship, it's best not to try any silly monkey shines or the game could end. For example, while Sokolov is getting his beauty sleep, you can throw a bottle at him and it will knock him unconscious. However, this will end the game. It says, "You've lost a critical ally." He apparently gets knocked out so long it's too late to succeed in the next mission. The same thing happens with Megan too. They have less hit points than the old bar lady. In the Good Doctor mission, Megan can be killed by a turret tower if you take out the whale oil tank, so she approaches and then accidentally put it back in. Number 7. Coins. Here is a theory about coins in the game. If you play as Emily, Megan will tell you in the first mission that your picture is on half the coins, and you can indeed find coins with the Empress's face in the first mission. However, these become difficult to find in the next several missions. You can consistently find coins with the Duke or an island. Here is a sample size where there is only one Empress coin out of about 25. This suggests the bad guys have been taking the Empress coins out of circulation. This seems confirmed because you can again find Empress coins in the crack in the slab past timeline, and even the present because no one else had been in the mansion for 3 years. Number 8. Karnaca Docks. In the Karnaca fishing district, if you talk to this lady in the clown pants overalls, sometimes she will tell you she once saw a whale. She takes you for a fool because she is standing right in front of 2 whales. By another dock, there is a fisherman who tells you how much he enjoys his fishing job. But look at this, you can literally see dozens of fish swimming around his line, and he still isn't catching anything. This man is possibly the worst fisherman of all time. When you first arrive in Karnaca, there is a dance calendar advertisement. Most of these are references to various groups or locations in the Dishonored 2 world, but the Tarantella and Forlana are specifically Italian dances. Does that mean there is some interdimensional overlap with the Dishonored universe and Italy? Number 9. Dice. The dice in this game are rigged. Like this guy in Karnaca continues to roll an 8 over and over. Same with the guard in Addermire. These guys on the way to the Grand Palace keep rolling 6 and 5, and they alternate who is happy, so who knows what's going on here. The man and woman in the Dust District do the same 6 and 5 rolls. But these people are actually famous. Throughout the game, you can see a Silvergraph photo of these exact 2 people with the exact same guy watching them from the railing. What's really crazy is this Silvergraph can be seen in Stilton's home in the past timeline. So this couple has been rolling dice by the guy leaning on the railing, all wearing the same clothes, for at least 3 years. Yet 3+ years of dice friendship was not enough to get this woman to stop rolling and celebrating if the guy gets attacked by rats. She would have kept playing, except the rats got her too. Eternal rest grant unto them. Number 10. Skiff Silvergraph. In the Dust District mission, when you finally get into the Silvergraph studio, you can find a collectible Silvergraph of the skiff approaching dockyard. It shows Megan and Corvo. You can actually spot the woman who took this picture in the Edge of the World mission. You can see Addermire in the Silvergraph. And here it is before you start the mission. Then, when you are approaching, you can see the woman with the camera on this dock. You can even confirm her perspective has Addermire in the background. You might notice the wrong side of the boat faces the photographer, but let's just assume Megan did a loop-de-loop before the cutscene started because everything else checks out. And one bonus trivia, depending on whether you are playing as Corvo or Emily, the Silvergraph will change for that character. Number 11. Random sightings. At the very beginning of the game, you can see a carriage on the rails that is on fire. In the crack in the slab past, there is an NPC guard who will stop to do push-ups. In the Grand Palace, a bunch of guards motion like they are playing cards, but they never actually put down a card, they are just pantomiming. This guy in the Dust District smokes a cigar right through his closed ski mask. Sometimes, from the dreadful whale, you can see whales jumping in the distance. But if you try to swim out to them, they will get shy and submerge. And those are 11 crazy things in Dishonored 2. Thank you for watching. Always pursue the truth.